That's the countdown for the classes. Okay, it's time to class. Okay, please be quiet. So we have the room parents. Okay, thank you, girl's mom. So if any discipline, okay, see, we'll take over you. And we are going to about the lesson. The lesson today we are talking the new topic. So before that, I want to talk about the answer sheet. So how many of you have finished include all your answer sheet? For example, for the list rows and mockup, right? Anybody finish, right? Oh, great. Okay. So I like your class because if you look at it here, so there's something I think is the right path to do. Okay. So if you look at it here, so for example, I'm not sure who is this ID 8818. I think it's very good. Okay, put some comments here, and also somebody put comments there, so you can solve the problem. So that means that if you look at problem there, so you can answer the other questions. For example, here you can answer, put comments here, or something and put something here. Okay, that's good. So we can learn each other. Okay, so that's very good for the here. So keep going on this way. But one thing is that, so don't mess up others' answers. So some students complain, okay, my answer is changed by somebody else. Okay, so just look at what's the student ID. Okay, what's student ID? So just change your own column. So don't change others. So for this one, so for example, before the competition, so you can do what? Just look at the questions you missed. Look at that. That's the more efficient way to do that. Okay. So good work and keep going. And we are also have 8 minutes. Okay, not 5 minutes on the mental. So anybody knows mental, right? If you don't know, raise your hand. Anyone don't know mental? Okay. So we are starting that. So you're encouraging bring your own timer. Are you ready?
Okay, no, not at all. Good job.
Okay, ready, set, go. Again, mental is for accuracy, okay? Accuracy is about our top priority. So besides the update is quickly. So you finish earlier and cannot get perfect score, you should ask yourself. So time management.
Hey guys, question number 4 already says the answer. Quite clearly. Oh.
No talk, please. No talk. Okay, treat it as a real competition, please. So what you can do in the competition, you can do here. Okay, what you cannot do in the competition, don't do it here. Okay. Build good habit. Otherwise, in the competition, you just make noise. We will be disqualified. And also, you finish earlier, please input the time, how much time you used, okay, minutes and seconds. So keep this record. Yeah, take a seat.
I have a question.
Yes.
So if we just, so for question number 7, if you have confidence in the only 40 to only 40.
For the questions, if not clear, I can tell you. Otherwise, try best understanding. So that's something. So I can explain that.
Here is not clear. This isn't clear, so.
Oh.
Which one is clear? Try your best to understand it. Try best to understand it. I think you are good senior, okay? Is it about what is end means? It just 4 minutes just passed. Okay, if you finish it earlier, that's sure you should get it right. Yeah, okay. I saw somebody use their fingers. Okay, that's by the way. Okay, his fingers.
It's okay.
Yeah, you can use fingers, of course.
I only have 5 fingers. I only have 10 fingers. What about yours? It's 11.
No power, right?
Yeah, yeah, 10. 11 with 21.
Okay, again, accuracy. So we have 3 minutes. So you finish about 5 questions. That's fine. Okay. If you should finish it earlier, okay, just put time on how much time you use on the paper.
Are you allowed to show your work? Are you allowed to show your work? Are you allowed to show your work? Are you allowed to show your work?
Which one?
Like, if you have to show your work for some
Oh,
problem.
you don't need to show the work, okay? That's the only answers. Even guess, that's fine. Even guess, that's fine.
A cube is not a water jug. Can't do this in my hand. Oh yeah.
You can believe yourself, you can.
Believe in yourself. I'm stupid.
Focus.
What do we use for pi? You can do it. Well, actually, what do we use for pi?
What's the question?
What do we use for pi?
You find those pi just in terms of pi, right? So keep the pi. If you don't try to keep the pi.
Oh. Please, 3.
So if you not spice it, okay, keep the pi. Don't use the 3.14 to replace the pi. Take C, 1 minute.
Oh, I would have to.
You don't have to, okay? In the competition, if it's not specified, for example, pi equals something, okay? Don't use the pi equals to the 3.14. Keep the pi. Keep the pi in the answers. Keep the pi in the answers. Okay, 13 seconds. Remember that, okay? If you guess, it's wrong, your penalty. If you left it blank, it's also penalty, okay? How you best guessing? Don't leave any blank. Okay, 2 seconds. Okay. So how many of you have finished about less than 6 minutes? Less than 6 minutes.
I finished it 1 second earlier.
Okay, 6 minutes, right? Okay. Let's check the answer one by one, okay? Listen to me, please. So what's the answer to the first one?
I think the answer for the
BADC.
Yeah, the answer is the BADC.
Bad C.
B.
Any question there?
Absolutely bad. Exactly that, right?
Okay, listen to me, okay? Listen to me, please. So what's the answer to the second one? Everyone get it? 88. So what's the number 3? 9. I saw you that somebody got 2, right? So why is 2? Okay, this is 9. Okay, this is 9. So that's the first 3. Okay, let's look at next.
Oh, this is 2. It's just one better. This is 2.
It gives the answer, but I mean, it's the answer up there. If you're looking hard at
How about parents? Okay, so parents, take up. Okay, if you want to ask question, raise your hands. Okay, raise your hands before you speak. Yes, what's the question?
Why does it say the answer up there?
Number 3. Number 4. That's what I'm talking about. Okay, I'm talking about now. Number 4. Number 4 answer is what? Number 4 answer is 7,4. Okay, 7,4. 7,4. So midpoint is what? Midpoint actually is what? So okay, let's talk about number 5. What's answer number 5?
2.
Why is 2? Yeah, 2 is correct answer.
Yes, word.
I'll tell you why, okay?
My amazing guess word. Again. It's quite an educated guess.
Okay, listen to me, okay? I'm talking about number 5. Okay, let's read it together. For example, A is directly proportional to B. What does it mean? Does it mean A over B should be what? Should be constant, right? For example, should be constant. Okay, listen to me, okay, please. So that is first one, okay? So A is directly proportional to B, and the inverse proportional to C. What does it mean? That A times C should be constants. Constant means what? Okay, so that's number, not change. Okay, so that means, so from this two we get what? We get that A times C over B should be constant. That means what? No matter what is ABC, okay, they should be the same. No matter what ABC it is. So look at here, okay, so A is 10, C is 3, and B is 6, right? That's first case. Second case is what? A times B, B is 4, right? And C is 10. Okay. That means about directive proportion, that means this one. And inverse proportion, that means this one. And we get A times C over B. It's always the same. So we call it constant. So the answer for this one is 2.
Oh.
How? Well, I think it made it sound you should have did 10A over.
Is that correct?
No, I think 10 times 8. You flipped it.
Oh, 10 times A. Okay, you're right. Okay, 10 times A over 4. Thank you. Okay.
Yeah. Guesswork. Oh my God.
What?
Okay, please listen to me. Okay, so you have. As again, if you want to speak, raise your hands. Okay, so your question we can discuss. Otherwise, listen to me. You come here, so it's mainly for what? For I will talk to you something points, right? That's the most important thing. Otherwise, I will not be here. Okay, you can discuss yourself. So please listen to me. I give you time to discuss. That's number 5. So what's number 6?
1050.
Yeah.
Number 6.
901.
Wow.
Gosh, John. Wait, why? 4K.
Wait,
That's
what?
Some of the digits. That's not. There's no way. Oh, the digits. Yeah.
Some of the digits.
Wait.
Question.
Wait, it's asking for the sum of the digits. How can you add that up?
So what the digits means? For example, page 1 is 1, right? Until to 10. Page 10 to what? Page 10 to 99, right? And 100, right? So what's the all digits?
Sum of the number of digits.
901.
Right? So what digit here? How many 1 we have? How many 2 we have? How many 3 we have? You can do that this way. Look at all the digits of all the pages. For example, there are 2 digits here, right? 1, 0, right? So there are 2 digits, there are 9, right? So that's plus is 18, right? So remember that what is the sum of digits? The digit, what does this mean?
Digits.
The question?
Then shouldn't it be number of digits?
No. We talk about the very clearly, okay? He said that all the digits, digits and number is different, right? This 99 is the number, and we have 2 digits for that, right? 9 and 9. Clear? So the answer for this one is 901. 901. If you have a question, raise your hands, okay? So number 7, what's the answer? Number 7?
5.
5?
Yes, 5.
Yeah, I finally got first question right.
Really?
No, I had it wrong in my head.
So somebody asked this one, okay? So is the only quarters and nickels? So is the math happy at least 1? That's the thing, okay? Yes.
So basically, you can just say 0 quarters, 1 quarter, 2 quarters, 3 quarters. Oh, really?
Yes. So for number 7, so we can do what? We can do like a table, okay? So this is what? This is the quarter number,
I can't imagine.
and this is the nickel number.
It's in your mind, not on paper.
So I would like the room parents to record, okay, to show your parents, okay? So you make noise. Please, okay, listen to me, okay? So quarters, we can from the start, we can smaller. Question? Oh, you have that, okay, great, thank you. You can share with me. So the quarter, we can start with what? From the most large one, okay, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. And then we have the corresponding about the nickel number. So we have 5 ways. We just look at the quarters. Okay, number 8. What's number 8?
Around 3.
10 over 5.
10, yeah. I got 10 over 5.
Yeah, 10 over 5.
Or around 3. I got 10 over 3.
It's okay if I wrote 160 over 65 and then 2 over
No,
over 5.
no.
Yeah.
That's the only answer. Accept it.
Not 160. I did my best. Oh.
So I'm gonna write 160 over 65 equal to 10 over 5.
That's only the format, okay? 10 over pi. That's the only format. Okay. I think this class is very good, but only thing about the talk, okay? So that I mean the. Please be quiet, okay? I'm asking about this one. For example, we know pi equals what? Estimate is what?
22 over 7.
And we also have the fraction is what?
22 over 7.
That's pure estimation. Sometimes we use the fraction, okay? 22/7. Sometimes you 3.14. Yes. Okay, please count the score. How many score did you get?
4.
Total score?
I got a 0.
2.
Nope, never mind. Nope, I did it. I got it.
I got a 0.
Great job.
I did pretty well.
So how many of you, okay, finish about within the 6 minutes, more than 6 minutes, but don't get about perfect score? How many of you less than 6 minutes, but it didn't get about perfect score? If you have that, okay, you have to ask yourself. So time management, 8 minutes, 8 questions. So that's something you should think about, okay? So which question, so it should be 1 minute for that. If you get, for example, if you don't get a perfect score, after class, please review and compare what you're doing in the class. Compare that and put the comments there, okay? So is time not enough or miss something? For example, the question here is the digits, okay? Is the numbers.
Yeah.
That's something common you can summarize, okay? So that's the mental. So let's look at about the last week, okay? We have the red color questions.
Hey, that was 21.
So this one, somebody is the number 4. Okay, let's look at number 4 here.
Sorry, the video was good.
You're welcome.
Is it number 4?
I think it's
1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so look at number 4. Somebody I mean red color. So number 4, look at here. Okay. So we did the inside. Okay. So what's the square root? Square root of 16 is what? It's 4, right? Is that correct? So how many think about is plus or minus 4? How many think is the root 16 equals to the plus or minus 4? How many think is correct for this one? I put a question mark. Square root 16, like this one, is the plus or minus 4. Because minus 4 squared equals what? Equals 16, right? Is that correct? Yes?
it won't work at the end. No, because it will make you actually put -4, then 77 plus -4 equals 73.
Yes?
It's so noisy in here.
Okay. So remember, the answer for this one is that, okay? So if you wrote number 16 like this way, we have only one is plus 4. If you set it like this one, square root, for example, square root of 16. So this one, you should consider about plus minus 4. I don't see the difference.
They said text, but
So look at difference, okay, is that, so if you look at this way, so it's the plus 4. But we use a text, okay, the term square root of 16, that should be the plus or minus 4. Clear?
Yes.
Okay, so for this one, we just use this 4, and this one is what? So from the inside to the outside, okay? And 81 square root is what? It's 9, right? So that is the answer for this one. The number 3, okay? So that should be answer to this one. So I don't know who right color, okay? Just print that. And somebody look at number 7. So number 7, let's look at that. So number 7 here is the work problem. So I want to make it more clear, okay? Number 7, I copy the questions. Can I have some quiet, okay? So I can talk, okay? I think the since about we have 25 minutes. There's no 1 minute is totally quiet. please, okay, so if you like this way, I would like that, okay, we may not have this class. It's very hard for me, okay, to beat your voice. I think that's something important you should learn, okay, so keep it quiet. If any questions, raise your hands, I can discuss with you. Please, okay? So otherwise, I call your parents, okay? So if that is way, we will not have this kind of class. So for this way, let's look at how to use the work problem. Work problem is like this way. For example, we have the grass, right? Suppose grass is the, for example, we have the N grass, N unit grass. The speed for the this one, okay, is 3 hours, 2 hours. But remember that we're asking for what? Minutes. So that's like about speed questions. And the unit is always, okay, most of the time it's not unit. So we have to do the convert, right? So what's the 3 hours equals to 118 minutes, right? Again, if you want to speak, okay, raise your hands. Otherwise, if like anybody, if against the discipline, I can ask it out, okay, time out, okay? I cannot stand for these things, okay? So this is the 180 minutes, okay? And 2 hours is 120 minutes. So the first one, speed is what? So N unit ground, okay? The long, okay? So over 180 minutes, right? That's the speed for the first one, right? The second one is what? Second one, the N grass going to the 120 minutes, right? That's speed about second person. If we do together, so we are do together, okay? The speed is times, right? And it's all what? We have all still have the N grass. Correct? So for this way, we can do what? We can do about the cancellation about N, right? So N, we can cancel about N. So this one should be what? 1 over 18 plus 1 over 20. That's for this one. So you can get an answer like this one. So that's the formula for these workout problems. For example, if the first person, we get a time T1, the second person, we get a time T2. Okay, the total time should be 1 over that. So you can put that as a formula on all kinds of these questions. Clear? So why reason I just give you example here. So suppose it's the N. So that's this way. It's clear about number 7? Question?
I sort of found an easier way. I don't know if we can see the easier way.
Yeah, what's your easy, please?
I don't know if we can see the easier way, but it's sort of a chart thing.
Yes, you can write on the board.
Oh. I get to write stuff. It's easier for me anyway.
Yeah, go ahead.
This is like the job.
Go ahead.
And then, which is the guy I want to do faster? This is M. This is Lisa. So Lisa can do it in 2 hours. So in 1 hour, Lisa would have done this much area. And then Morton would have done this much. Changes one of these left. And since this is their rates of how much they did in 1 hour, so that this is basically just 1/5 of what they do in 1 hour. And this was 1 hour, so 1 1/5 of an hour, which is 72 minutes.
I don't get that.
Yeah.
Okay, so you can do that like this way, okay? But I would like this way, okay? So for example, like this way, what's the thank you, okay? What's the beautiful about this way? Because for example, in the computer, yeah, you can use that. So if the computer can do what? Actually, it's called T2 times T2 times T1 times T2 and divided by T1 plus T2, right? You can directly use this way to do that. So if you think about this way, it's very hard in the computer to do that. So algorithm should be here. So it's very good, but I would like anybody to keep this the formula. So keep this formula in the future, okay? So we're going to like this way. For example, T1 times T2 and plus T over T1 plus T2. Okay, that's for these kind of questions. Okay, number 7. Let's look at the next. So next we have last 2 questions. So let's do about number 16. So number 16, so it is not of the cosine are the fields, right? Can we transfer this question to constant field?
Maybe. I don't know.
Okay, let's do that. Okay, I give you 2 minutes to do that. Okay, let's try. You can discuss now. Okay, you can discuss now. Number 16. Think about 3 steps on fields and cows. Okay.
The answer is 120 and we're above the answer.
I don't know what it is, but sometimes about the difference of the 2 equals to 6. And then it's multiply by 4 and 5. Sometimes it gets 2. I know what it is.
Yeah, is this weird? No,
No.
if you figure it out. Yeah. Then it makes sense. Otherwise, don't worry.
Yes, question? You want to show your process? Yeah, go ahead. Yeah, forget your name. What's your name? What's your name?
Pronounce it this way.
Okay, Seiji.
And now I have to erase this one.
You go with your Seiji. Hi, Seiji.
Pronounce the Seiji, okay? Seiji.
Yeah.
Go ahead. Thank you, Seiji.
So,
Okay.
so here's the information we're given. We're given that George has a rate of 20 steps per minute. So it's sort of weirdly worded. And then Alice does 14 steps per minute. And it takes George 4 minutes while it takes Alice 5 minutes. So then we can set up an equation for this. So it takes George, so we remember that distance is rate times time, right?
Mm-hmm.
So this will be the time, 4 minutes for George, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then since the escalator is also moving, you also have to put that as a variable. So 20 steps plus y, where y is the escalator's speed, right?
Mm-hmm.
Is equal to, and since they're on the same escalator, we can set it also equal to Alice's, which is 5 minutes times 14 plus y. And then we obviously just solve for y. So, yeah. 70 plus y. Wait, yeah. 10 equals y. So we get y equals 10. And now all we have to do is sub it back in because this is the distance. Either one of these is the distance. So we just sub y back in. You get 4 times 30, right? Equal to 120. So now we know there's 120 steps on the escalator. That's our answer.
Yeah, that's actually, yeah, the answer is the 120. Actually, the Seiji's idea, okay, is the same as the Nicholas Daddy, okay. This Daddy show his answers in the WeChat group. That's also the same. Thank you. So, but remember that, thank you, you can read that, Seiji. So remember that this question we're asking about fields and cows.
Sure.
Can we use that? Okay, I'll choose it. That's correct one, okay?
Don't change it, not erase it.
Okay, keep that, okay? I'll just read it.
You erase the answer. You erase the answer. Yeah, I got the answer.
Keep talking and I'll erase.
Okay, time is out. Listen to me, okay? Listen to me. So how can you do these questions in the fields and cows? How do you do this question in the fields and cows? So the first way, so what's the steps to solve the fields and cows problems? Already remember, we have 3 steps, right? We have 3 steps to solve the fields and cows problem. So Nicholas, do you know about what are these 3 steps to solve the cows and field problems? What's the first step? First step is what?
Find the amount of grass that goes back to each day.
Yes, we found how much grows every day, okay? Second step. The orange grass, right? The stop grass. The third one, third step is what?
Make the equation.
In the equation by the computer total grass. Total grass equals we have two ways. The one way is that it's cost number times base number. The second way is that we have the initial grass and the plus how much grows for this case, right? So that's the equation. So for this one, actually we can say what? We can say about the indicator is what? Is the field. Okay, is the field. So this is the field. Okay, and of course the steps. For example, we are going to steps up, right? That's the cow. Okay, but this question is what? This question is the cow is decreasing. It's not increasing. I can show you why. Okay, so the first step is what? So we have George is what? George is the 4 minutes, right? So 20. That's a 20 times 4, right? That's what? 18, right? And Alice is what? Alice is 14 times 5. That equals what? 17. So why this one is bigger? Because the time is different, right? Time different is what? -1. It's the step difference is what? It's 10, right? So we know that 80 minutes. So actually it's what? Yes. It's the 10s, right? 10 steps, right? And then what can we get about initial steps? What's the initial grass we can have? What's the initial we can have? What's the initial we can have? So total is 18. For example, that's the initial. Okay, how many minutes? For 4 minutes, right? 4 minutes, right?
Yeah.
And each minute we have what? -10, right? It's -10. If you look at the grass, do you remember we have one question? The grass is diseasing, not grows, right? So it's -10. So what's x? X should be 120, right? So that's the initial, the stop grass. That's means that the initial step for this one is 120. Clear?
Yeah.
Okay. So that's, of course, we use this way. We also can get questions to 120. Of course, this way is also good. Okay, but because we have the cost and the field, I would like that anybody use the cost and the field. Question?
Can I erase that?
Yes, if you please.
I can erase stuff. Can I erase it?
Okay, that's number 16. So let's try the last one. Okay, somebody is number 17. Okay, 2 minutes you can discuss. Okay, number 17. Try to use some cost to that. Number 17, please. 2 minutes.
Oh, it's so squishy.
No, that's right. 17, please. Try to use season cows. Try to use the season cows. Okay.
I have no idea how to do it.
So which one is the cows? Which one is the field? Try to use the season cows. That's the process.
So basically, 20 minutes. So 20 is
Just follow about 3 steps. Okay, what's the how much grows every day? You can where's grass, where's the cow? And we're asking about how much it grows every day.
20 each day. So what's the second step? There's no count.
Then you will leave it.
And the class, so you did correct, right? Can you show process on board, please? Thank you.
12?
This one's the hacker.
Yes, you have the correct answer.
Is it 12?
Yeah, the answer is 12. Okay, let's look at how the class is doing. Okay.
I was like 0.5 off.
11.5.
Yeah, I got 11.5.
And I said 12.
30 minutes with 4 checkpoints.
Nicholas, yeah, just show you process. Yeah, process, right?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, that's fine. You answer the next? Yes, please.
Where's the marker?
Yeah, here. What's your name?
Vivian.
Vivian, okay. So let's look at what we are doing. Great, okay, 4 times 13, that's what the days time cost times cost time, okay? Cost number. Okay, difference is 20, right? 10 minutes, 20. So how much grows? That means, yes, 2. That's first step. How much grows every day? That's same about this one. And second, we look at about, so what's the initial? So what's the initial people before the gate is open? Yeah, that's right, okay? Before the gate is open, so we have 16 people there. So that's initial graph. Great job, okay? So we can show the process is perfect, okay? He's exactly follow the 3 steps. Okay, 3 steps. The first step we get, for example, how much grows every day? So we use what? So we use about 120, okay? So people times time, right? And the difference is what? Difference is 20 and 10 minutes. So the how much grows every day? It's just 2. And then we look at the initial. Initial is what? So how many people actually is there before the gate is open? So okay, this way, 120 is from first case. Okay, first case is 120. And also we can get a second case. Second case is what? So it's the 100, right? So 100 equals x plus 2 times 20, right? So x is also 16. So either is okay. Each case is okay. So that's second steps. The third step is what? So we're going to about the equation. Equation total plus we have 2 ways. The one way is that the cost number times this number. And the second is what? Second is initial and plus, okay, how much grows every day? So 2 times y, okay? So that's correct, okay? Very good, Luan. Thank you. Clear? Question?
So if there wasn't an initial amount of people, how long would it take?
If there's no initial people, how long does it take, right?
Yeah.
So that's a different story, okay?
I got 14. I don't know why.
Okay, so if you get here, for example, if x is 0, if x is 0 here, that means what? So this one should be what? It's the 0 times y, right? Is that right? 67 is what? 7 times 1 equals 16. So y is what? Y is 16 over 7, right? But that's not the integer, right? Okay, so that's number 17. Great. Okay, so we are going to talk about a new topic today. So new topic today is about AMGM. So anyone knows AMGM? What is AM? That's very mean, right?
Oh, geometric mean and arithmetic.
What's the geometry mean?
The half.
The half?
Not really.
The half?
There's 2 numbers, and then you multiply them and you square root them.
Whoa, somebody should color picture of this.
No, this. So like x times y equals z.
Okay, let's read that. Okay, so AMGM. So we call it arithmetic mean and geometry mean inequalities. So remember the AMGM is not time here. Okay, somebody see the AM in the morning, PM in the afternoon. Okay, it's not. So AMGM. So AMGM, that's good. Look at here. So what is the arithmetic mean? I give you an example. For example, 2 and 8. These 2 numbers. So what's arithmetic means? What is AM?
4.
It's 4.
Oh no, that's a
Oh, I hit my hands. Okay, it's 4.
geometric.
AM arithmetic mean is what?
Not 4.
It is a 2 times 8 over by 2, right? Actually, AM is the average is 5. So what is GM?
4.
GM equals 2 times 2 and square root. That's 4. So which one is bigger?
AM.
AM, right?
Yeah. M.
AM bigger, right?
M.
Let's look at the other one. For example, we have 3 numbers. 1, 3, 9. So what is AM? What is AM?
6.5. 6.5.
1 plus 3 plus 9 and over 3, right? That's 13 over 3, right?
Oops. 1 over 3. Because there's 3 numbers. Oh my god.
Arithmetic means what? Arithmetic means what? Means the average. So what is the GM?
27.
GM is that product. 1 times 3 times 9 and cubic root. Because we have 3 numbers, the cubic root. That's what?
3 root 3.
That's 3, right? So which one is bigger? AM, GM, which one is bigger?
Oh, it's always AM, right?
AM is bigger, right? It's not always. Okay, I'll give you another example. Let's look at these 2 numbers. Okay, let's look at these 4 numbers. Okay, 10, 10, 10, 4 tens. So what's AM? 10, right? So what is the GM? What is GM?
100.
Let's do it together. Okay, 10 times 10 times 10
10.
and times 10 and to what? To the 4th root, right? So what's that?
10.
It's also 10, right? So I said, okay, AM can be bigger than GM. AM can be equal to GM, right?
Greater or equal to GM.
Yes. So
So if all the numbers are the same,
But
then
number negative 5.
it'll be equal.
You're negative.
So that is the AMGM2, okay? Remember that AMGM is what? Arithmetic mean for n numbers is like this one, A1 plus A2 until AN divided by n. That's the arithmetic mean.
Really that bad.
What's the geometry mean? That means the A1 times A2 until the AN and to the nth roots. To the nth roots. Okay? So that is always this one. But don't forget, there's one condition. So what's the condition here? Anybody, okay? May I have your attention, please? It's what? It's the non-negative real numbers. Remember that AMGM has one condition. One condition is what? These numbers are not negative. Are not negative. So we can use AMGM. I just highlighted here. These numbers are non-negative. That means they cannot be negative. So we applied AMGM. It cannot apply to what? To the negative number, right? But the ways is that, for example, if all is what? All number is negative 1. For example, negative 1, negative 2, negative 3. If all number negative 1, we can do what? We can do the times negative 1 first, right? So all the number transform what? 1, 2, 3. So from 1 to 3, so that's the positive number, right? Which is AMGM. But remember that orange one is negative 1. Okay, so we get a max value, actually is a minimum value. Minimum value actually is max value. Okay, so AMGM is like this way. So the one condition, don't forget about that. One condition is what? It is about these numbers. These numbers cannot be, this number cannot be negative. That's one thing. These numbers cannot be negative if applied AMGM. Are you okay?
We may have some weird numbers.
He did something. Oh, what did you do? He stepped on my desk. That's it. I think.
That's one thing, okay? The second thing, I should remember that. So when is the equal where happens? When is the equal where happened? The equal happens is what? Equal happens only all these numbers are equal. The equal happens. Okay, the AM is equal to GM if and only if all these numbers are equal. And you get that? Okay, that's two things. So let's look at about astronomy, okay? So let's look at about number 2. So number 2 have this one, right? So we can also write about this one. That's the same thing. Can we prove that? Can we prove that?
Yeah.
How to prove that? So we can prove that like this way. Remember that, so that's non-negative. So square root A1 minus square root A2. So that is the square should be what? Should be bigger or equal to 0, right? Any number square should be non-negative. So that is what? That is the A1 minus 2A1 times A2, then root. And plus A2 is bigger than what? Bigger than 0. So that is what? That's A1 plus A2 bigger than 2 root A1 times A2. And that is what? That's A1 plus A2 divided by 2 bigger than A1, A2. So that's the way we can prove that. In the number is 2. Okay? So let's look at the other way. For example, what is x? X is positive number and plus the 1x. It is what? Big or equal to what? Is this correct? Big or equal to 2, right?
Yeah, x is 1.
If you put A1 is x, A2 is 1 over x. You plug that in here, so you can get what? So A1 times A2 is what? It's 1, right? So x plus 1 over x is bigger or equal to 2. So this one is very popular. If x is positive number, that means what? Its minimum number is what? Is 2. As long as they are equal. Equal is what? That x squared equals to 1 over x. That means x has to be 1, right? So any number plus is reciprocal. Okay, should be bigger or equal to 2. Okay, you can use that directly. That's for this one. So let's look at 3 items. So what happens 3 items? A1 plus A2 plus A3 over 3, right? So bigger than what? Bigger or equal to cubic root, right? A1 times A2 and A3. Sometimes you also write this way, okay? A1 plus A2 plus A3. Bigger or equal to what? Bigger to 3 and the cubic root about A1, A2, A3. Okay? So that's the 2 cases. One is the item is 2, item is 3. Okay, that's the spec case you should remember. So question? So is it true for AI smaller than 0? No, right? Anyone can give an example. It's not true. Why is it not true? Anyone can give an example. If AI is any AI, for example, A1 or 2 is negative, is not true for the AMGM. Anyone can give an example. Yes?
Because if you have a negative number and like a few positive numbers.
So which negative number? You could give the best one, okay? Negative 2, okay?
Negative 2 and 2.
Negative 1, okay? So what's AMGM? AM is equals what? Negative 1.5, right? So what is the GM? It's root 2, right?
Yeah.
So what is the root 2? 1.4, right?
1.
Which one is bigger? GM, right? GM is positive 1, this is negative 1, so it's not true, right? So if you change about this number, for example, here I change number, this is the what? This is the plus 1, and then we have what? So we have this is the minus 0.5, right? But this one is the minus 2 square root. There's no meaning for real number, right? Yeah, imaginary number, but we don't talk about imaginary number, right? For M10, M12, so I don't think that. So this is what is, of course, this is the root 2i. Yeah, you are right, okay? But that's not compared with these two. So that means that remember conditions here, all these numbers are positive number, okay? A positive number, you can say that, okay? All the number and positive number in AMGM. Okay, so everyone's clear about AMGM, right? So how to remember? So AMGM, which one is bigger? So you can have 2 ways. The one way is that you can use the example, okay? For example, 1, 4. Look at the AMGM, which one is bigger? So you know that, right? The second is the way I think it's about this way, okay? So AM is fat, okay? Like me, it's fat, okay? GM is, okay, maybe slim. So maybe you use this way to remember that. So if I think AMGM, AM is me, okay, I'm fat, okay? So you can think about this one. That's another way you can remember.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's try the questions. So number 9, please.
Wait, AMC didn't start in 19.
It is called AHSME. It is called AHSME.
AHRSME.
Yes.
1958? That's older than you.
Actually, it's older than me, okay?
Yeah, that's what I said. It's older than me.
Let's do that. You can discuss, okay? Try this AMTM.
No.
Wait, no, to graph it
Yeah, you can discuss. So usually the competition, okay, so we are generating these two numbers or three numbers. What kind of three numbers, two numbers we can have?
Yeah, it's fine, jacket. That's correct. Obviously,
Yeah, you can discuss each other, okay? I'll give you about 2 or 3 minutes on this first one.
I think I got it. I don't know.
Do you want to show on the board?
No.
No, because it can go below.
But you can't because it's
I know, it's one is I mean, but, right, no, that whole house can go like this, right?
Okay, 1 more minute, okay? You can discuss.
Usually I don't know how to go. It's like, when you look at it, you recognize that it can't be, it must have been like. Yeah, zero makes sense. You realize that. And you look at it, well, that graph, where's the prediction graph?
Ever get an answer?
No, thank you so much. I'm not freaking smart.
Ever get an answer last
I'm not going to.
What answer did you get? I don't know, right? Can you show on the board?
I got.
Okay, the correct answer is elephant, okay? E for elephant, okay?
Oh, what? What did you get? E. I got E.
Okay, let's look at it.
But this is my solution. It's probably not the best way to do it.
Just show us, okay?
Okay, so it's less than 1 but greater than -4, right? So like off the bat, like right off the bat, like I think everybody figured out x would be 0, right? Right? Does that mean x would equal 0? It's less than 1. Like if it was like 0. It says it's an integer. Yeah, I know, but dude, if it's 0, okay. Let's take a step back. I think I jumped in too far. So when you take like a higher math class, so when you graph this, it should look something like a slanted hyperbola. So then when you're given that it's between like here and here, you recognize that it's a maximum. And then like AMC never gives you A as the answer. So.
Really?
I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
That's not true, okay?
But you look, you're given the equation, right? And like if you look at it, and I don't know how you'd explain, but like 0 is probably the logical source. No, 0 would be the logical answer because look, there's the exponents up here, so you want to get rid of them. If you put 0 and then you get -1, right? And then you're given that it looks somewhat like this.
Really? Oh, yeah.
And then it's like right here. So
Where did that come
you
from?
can deduce that it would have to be.
From
That's how I do it.
That's a calculator.
Thank you. Can you erase that?
Where's the calculator? Hacker.
You don't need a calculator.
Hacker.
Because like.
Oh my god.
Okay, listen to me, okay? Listen to me.
Yes.
So we can use the AMGM to do that. Let's do how to do that, okay? Be quiet, okay? Listen, okay? So for this one, we are looking at about the 2 conditions, right? That's first condition. First condition is what? So x is more than 1 and bigger than what? -4, right? That's first one. So what does this mean? Remember that.
Fail. Definitely fail.
So we're talking about AMGM, we have to be what? Have a positive number, right? So how we can get a positive number here? For example, from here we can get what? So 1 over x is bigger than 0, right?
Yeah.
Is that correct? From here, we
Yes.
and we also can get what? X plus 4 is bigger than 0, right? Is that right? So that gives some hint because AMGM is what? Use the positive number. So anything we get about 1 minus x plus 4. And then look at this one equation. So we have what? So x squared minus 2x plus 2 over 2 over 2x minus 2, right? That equals what? So we can get 1/2, right? So 1/2, this is x squared minus 2x plus 2. And this is x minus 1, right? Right? So is that correct? Because 1/2 I can put here. So that equals what? That equals we can get about so x squared minus 2x plus 1 and plus 1. 1 x over 1, right? So that equals what? I put here, okay? So that equals to 1/2 x minus 1 square plus 1 and over 1 over x, right? So that equals what? That equals 1/2 this x minus 1 plus 1 over x minus 1. So look at here. So look at here. Does it remain something? We talk about x number. We talk about x number plus its reciprocal should be what? Bigger or equal to 2, right? But remember here, x should be a positive number. But x minus 1 is what? X minus negative. So how do you do that? We ask him for what? We ask him about non-negative, right? We can do what? We can do the minus 1/2. It is x minus 1. It's 1 minus x, right? I just times minus 1, right? 1 times minus x plus 1 minus x, right? Is that correct? So look at it here. So are these two the positive numbers? Yes or no?
What?
Are these positive numbers? I broke here. Yes, right? 1 minus a is a positive number, right? So we have what? So we have this one. I'm just talking about in the block, okay? So bigger or equal to 2, right? This one bigger than 2. But x equals 1, x equals 0. So we can get about what? We can get about, this is about 2, right? So this one is bigger than 2. This one bigger than 2. Well, times what? Times minus 1/2. So big should be what? Going to change the sign, right? So we times 1/2. So we times 1/2. So here it should be what? So here should be minus 2 times minus 1/2. Okay, so this one. So that's smaller than what? Minus 1, right?
Yeah.
So the answer is the E for elephant. That's the reason. So look at about review these questions. Review the questions. If you want to use AMGM, remember that. Remember what? So we get some of the positive number. From the first condition, we know that 1 minus x is positive. 4 plus x is positive, right? So that's the term we want to make AMGM. And then for the orange expressions, I just simplified like this way. But unfortunately, x minus 1 is what? It's negative. But good thing is that both these two terms are negative, right? So in what? So in times minus 1. So the inside, this one in block is what? Is in the positive, right? In positive, it is MGM. And of course, we have times minus 1/2. So the big then and should be changed to what? Smaller than, right? So that's the answer for this one. So this is the E for elephant. Okay, let's do. Number 10, please.
Number 10.
Why does that matter?
I think I got it. Can x equal to y? Can x equal y?
Sorry?
Can x equal to y?
Okay, actually, y. Okay, that's you ask yourself, right? We're talking about the equal happens what? All the items should be what? Should be same, right? Of course, can.
Oh, there you go.
Otherwise, you cannot get about the mixed value. Anyone get a clear answer? Anyone get an answer? Okay, that's okay.
Well, listen.
9.
If are x, y, and z different?
No, they could be same, right?
Yeah.
They could
Then
be
it's
same.
9. Then
That's
it's
9,
9.
right?
It's 9.
It's 9, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Are you what's the answer?
9.
Yes.
Wait,
You don't need to use KNT algebra theorem to solve it.
So remember here, we talk about 3 items, right? 3 items is what? So 3 items should be x plus y plus z. Its aim is what? Is divided by 3. Divided and equal is bigger than or equal to what? X, y, z cubic root, right? So we also can set like this way. So x plus y plus z. So that equal or smaller equal to bigger equal to what? 3 times root cubic root x, y, z. So remember that. So it's very important, okay? The mistake that happens, somebody may miss about 3, okay? somebody may miss that 3, okay? Keep in mind, okay, you should put 3 here. So you just plug in here, so it's 27, so that's a 9. Okay, this is 27, so this is the 27 cube, and times that here is 9, right? And when it happens, remember the equal happens what? All the items should be same, right? So all have same. Okay, good job. Okay, that's number 10. Let's move on next one, number 11, please. Number 11.
That's 10. I believe that's 10. Oh, no.
That's 11.
Let's hold.
This is 11, right?
You mean for the answer?
Yes.
Oh,
Real
I thought we were talking
positive
about the
number.
question number, so.
This is a positive number.
Just like a real possible number. What do you expect? Fake possible numbers? Yeah. It's fake. Can it be decimals or fractions?
So what's the real number? Real numbers can be, of course, can be fraction, can be decimal. Okay.
What's fake number?
We don't have real numbers. We just have a complete number. Remember AMTM, we have what? We have the conditions there. Okay, the positive or the non-negative.
He figured it out. It's 3 plus 2 is 2.
Three plus root 2.
I think he.
What's the answer?
3 plus 2 is not.
No.
It's 3 plus 2.
Is it 5, 6?
No, it's 1 plus 5.
I don't know what I got, but I got 6.
It's 3 plus something, okay, root something, but it's not 3 plus root 2, okay? It is not.
Oh,
Wait, is it? It's 2 root 2. Yeah, it's 2 root 2. And this kid got it. I think he should.
I don't know what you're talking
Get
about.
answer?
He got 3 plus 2 is 2, which is the
How much what you get?
3 plus 2.
3 plus 2 root 2, right?
Uh,
He should
Very
answer.
good.
Show the class.
Show the class.
Show the class.
I don't know how to do things.
But how do you get it correct, okay? Okay, try to do that, okay?
It's you.
How did you get it?
Imagine.
I give the explanation later, okay? 2 minutes later, okay? Try to discuss. The correct answer is the 3 plus 2 root 2. I can tell you that, okay? 3 plus 2 root 2. How do you get that?
What can it be zeros?
Yeah, so one thing I
If
got
any number
4
make it
plus
0,
8
okay? That's okay.
equals
If
five.
make it 0, what is x? What is y? Can make it 0.
X is 0, y is
Bro,
0.
X is 0. 1 over x is what? Infinity, right? What is x? What is y? X is 0. Y is what?
X is 0,
Yeah,
y is
but if
0.5.
Y
Yeah, but
should
if it
be,
is-
y should 1/2, right?
Yeah.
So
So what is the smallest value for that?
So the thing, the variables for x and y cannot be 0 because doing so would create an undefined answer.
Fake.
So
Okay.
I don't get it.
I thought I actually did it. Or...
I think I
Oh
actually.
my god, I get it.
3 plus 2 root 2.
Well, this is so tedious. I did so long.
3 plus
Yeah,
2 root
yeah, my color's red.
2.
I was about to do it.
Okay, I give you one tip. Okay, I give you one tip. Okay, look at here. So we have what? We have the x plus 2y equals 1, right? So we have that. That means what? So 1 equals to x plus 2y. The same thing, right? So we have 1 here, right? So this one, x plus y or x. We plus 1 here, we have what? X plus 2y over x. And x plus 2y over y, right? So that's one tip for this one.
So do you simply divide
7y?
That's one tip, okay? So anyone can move on from here.
Yeah, maybe. I don't know.
That's not right. That's not right.
X plus y.
No, I got it. Dude. Oh, why is one minus one side?
Oh, oh my god.
That's fine.
Oh. Are we doing number 12 now?
No.
Number 11. So anyone finish that? So I can give tips here, right?
I finish number 12.
Anyone can start from here. Okay, so what's that? You simplified, what's that? That is equals what? That equals 3 plus 2y over x and x over y. Is that right?
Why do you get these numbers?
Okay, so let's do it together. Okay, so how get that? I can show you. The first one equals what? The first one equals 1 plus 2y over x, right?
Yeah.
The second one equals what? Equals x over y plus 2, right?
Oh.
Is that correct? So 1 and 2, we combine them is the 3 plus 2y over x plus x over y. So think about this one. These two numbers, positive one. Think about, so x, for example, a over b plus b over a is also reciprocal, right? So that's also bigger or equal to 2, right? You can do the same thing about here.
Wait.
It's 2y.
Oh, that's true.
And it doesn't tell you which one is similar to y.
So I'm not gonna finish from here.
Number 12 isn't.
So let's do number 11, okay? Number 11 not finish. So can we start from here? Or I can finish here.
I don't know what it's
Okay, remember we said that one number, for example, A over B, and the reciprocal is B over A, okay? Is bigger or equal to 2, right? We are doing the same thing here. We can use the AMGM, right? Look at here. So that is bigger than what? Bigger than the 3 plus 2, okay? 2y over x. That's geometry mean, right? Times x over y, right? Is that correct? So this one should be bigger or equal to this one.
And I think I get it now. So if you multiply 2y over x by x over y, you'll get 2xy over xy, and then canceling will get you the answer.
That's right. Okay, I told here. Okay, so it's one fraction a over b, and it's reciprocal b over a. That's always bigger or equal to 2. So that's what? That equals to 2 times what? 2 root 2. So my question here, so is this question finished? Oh, I'm time 2. Is it finished? Is it finished? So if this one, so we know that, for example, you go to AMG, USGMO, USAMO. So we have some points. You have a show about process. So this process, for some points, is the full mark, okay? So if you just stop here, I think it's going to get only about 3 points out of 7. Why? So if you look at this way, in the AM and JMO, AM and JMO, you have the show process. Each question has 7 points. So if you just do this way, you just get 3 points. Why?
Because you have to show your work.
Remember, we just the big or equal to, right? So we does means what? Smallest one, we have to get what kind of x and y, make it happen. So what is the x? What is the y? So make it about this one is the equals happened. Without that, it just have that. Because remember that big or equal to does not mean that equal will always happens. No. Okay? Big or equal to does not mean that equal will always happen. No. The equal when it happens what? These two numbers are same, right? So these two numbers are same is what? So we have the 2y over x equals to what? X over y. Right? So 2 items are the same. And we have the another equation is what? 2x plus x plus 2y equals 1. So we solve about system equations. So can we get x? Can we get y? Anyone can get that? So there is completed. You can get 7 points. What is x? What is y? Anyone can solve these system equations. Anyone can x, y? Raise your hands or can check, okay? Remember, okay, for these questions, we are going to M and JMO, okay? So other thing, you have to check what value can make equal happens. Big or equal to does not mean that equal will always is always possible. No, the possible only happens what? Only happens that all items there are equal. So we get this one. This term 2y over x equals x over y. That's one equation. We have another equation x plus 2y equals 1. So can we solve this about system equation? Anyone get that? Raise your hands. Solve these equations. Try to do that. Anyone can solve this equation?
Can be negative, right?
Cannot be negative because x, y should be real positive. If you get a negative y, usually you have 2 roots, right? Numerically, you have 2 roots. If the negative y, you have to remove negative y because we said positive. X, y cannot be the negative. Anyone can get about x and y? That's the same
Y
equation.
1/3.
Yes.
So it's y is 1/3.
Okay, let's look at here.
2/3 and y is 1/3.
The question is here. Why we can get it here? Okay. Look at this, the blue part, right? This 2 is possible one, right? This is a possible number, right? So possible number should be what? Should be bigger than 2 times about geometry mean, right? Is that correct? A plus B. So remember that we talk about so look at here. What we're talking about here, okay, look at here. What's that? You can understand that, right?
Yes.
Okay. So let's try to so here is what? A plus B, right? So B or equal to what? 2 times AB and the square root. You get that? You get that? These 2 numbers. That is an A and B, right? That's positive number, right? A plus B is really what? Equals to 2 with AB, right? So plug AB here. So
How did you know?
Okay. Greater or we want the minimum balance.
Yes, but we are make sure, okay, what is kind of x and y. Everyone get x and y? You get it, what is x, what is y? What happens? What's that? What is x? What is x? No. So the equal happens. These two numbers are equal, right? So I put here 2y or x equals to y equals to x or y, right? So look at here, okay? So look at here. So 2y or x equals x over y, right? So that's the condition when the equal happens. And the second, we have this equation, right? So we have this system equations. So we have two values, two equations. Can we solve this one? What is x? What is y? Nobody can get that?
One third. There was 1/3.
No.
I got 1/3.
How to get 1/3?
Is there one?
I messed up. It's not 1/3.
I got
Okay.
1 plus root 2 over 2. 1/6.
What's that?
1 parentheses 1 plus root 2 over 2.
That's not correct, okay?
1/6 and 2/3. 1/6 and 2/3.
Okay, let's do this question together. Anyone knows about how to solve about system quadratic equation? For example, x plus bx. For example, everyone knows about the root equations x squared plus bx plus c equals 0. So what's the root formula? We have two roots, right? x1, x2 equals what? Minus b, right? Plus b squared minus 4ac, right? 2a, right? So for these questions, we can do what? From first one is what? So x equals to y minus 2y, right? That's first equation. Second one is what? Second one is the 2y squared equals x squared. Right? So you can plug that in. So 2y squared equals to what? Equals to y. 1 minus 2y squared, right? Is that correct? So this one is what? This one is a quadratic equation, right? Can you solve this quadratic equation? Can we get this quadratic equation? So use a scratch paper, okay? Try to solve that one, okay?
Bro, I think I made a mistake. The 2 plus 2 plus.
What is y?
No, look.
What is y?
It's not real.
Okay, I think you have to flash how to get this about formula, okay?
2y has to be equal to 1/2.
So let's do together, okay? For this one, so we have what? So we have the 2y squared, right? So 2y squared equals to what? Equals to 4y squared minus 4y plus 1, right? Is that correct?
Yeah.
So that is what? That is a 4y squared minus 6y plus 1, right? Equals 0, right?
Oh.
So what is y? Sorry?
Right, you don't need to.
Y is 0.
Can you come here? So what's the
Here has a certain value, bro. You didn't put it
Oh
in.
yes, you're right. Okay, so you're right. Okay, so that's a 2. Okay, thank you. I made some mistake. Okay. So that equals what? That equals here is the 2y squared, right? 2y squared minus 4y equals 1 equals 0. So what is y? What is the y? Y equals what? Y equals the minus 4, right? 4 plus minus what? It's 4 square, right? Minus 4 square plus minus 4ac, right? 4 times 2, right?
That's like this. But you said it was wrong.
That's times 2, right? So what's that? That's a 4 plus 16 and minus 16 minus 8 is what? It's a 2 root 2, right? Over 2, right? So the answer should be a 2 plus minus 2 plus minus the 2, right? Over 2, right? This is 4.
4 plus 2 is 2 over 4.
Yes, that's 4 here. So that's the 2, right? So 2 plus minus root 2 over 2, right? So look at that, okay? So we can get this one and get x. So if you get x and y, the positive one when it happens. So then this one is completed.
Wait, the one I showed you my answer, but you was wrong. I don't know. It's okay.
Mine's wrong, right? Where is my wrong?
No. The one I was checking with you and you said it was correct.
Which one? Can you show us?
No. Never mind. It's okay.
Okay. Okay, let me summarize these questions. So these questions, we want to know what? So we want to know one thing. Okay, listen to me, okay? That's important, okay? So for this one, okay, so remember that we use the AMGM to solve the max value and minimum value. So if you get about bigger or equal to 2, that's not that. Okay, we have to get, so what kind of x, what kind of y can make it equal happen? So can make it happen is what? So these 3 items should be the same, right? So we get x, y, and we have x, y, satisfied conditions, and then we say that, so that's totally, we can have the equal could happen. Otherwise, sometimes equal may not happen. So that's the one lesson we learned from this question. Okay, that's number 11. Clear? Okay, that's number 12.
Number 12 is 7.
Nope.
Can you show the process?
Wait, it's actually 7?
Answer 7.
Wait, it's actually 7?
I don't know. I just you show me, okay?
Wait, it's actually 7?
No,
Actually 7.
it's not
Wait,
7.
it's actually 7.
I got smaller numbers.
Wait, it's actually 7?
Yeah.
What kind of A make this 7 happen? Do you get A?
Yeah, A is just 7.
A is greater than, A has to be greater than 5.
Someone said it's 7, okay? What kind of A put here is 7? Can you tell me?
Well, I just try all the numbers.
Yes, try it. What kind of A here to make this 7? That's what you ask yourself, right?
No, A is equal to 7.
A equals 7. Make 7, that is what?
The person trying to,
What is the smart value for this
trying to
one?
tell you about the solution of the problem.
Oh, well, that's stupid. So A is equal to 7. So, the answer for that question is 9.
Yeah,
9 is.
I got that.
Why is 9? Yes, the question is what kind of, why is 9, okay? You put that?
I just try all the numbers.
Yeah, the answer is correct, okay? So how do you get that?
Oh,
yeah.
When it gets to 86, that means 86, that means 6 minus 5 is 401. 401 is 446.
So remember that.
And if it's 8 is
No, if it's 8, yeah, if it's 8,
it could be 9.
if it's 8, it'll be 9 1/3, and if it's 9, it'll be 10.
Just in fact. And if it's 10, it would be
No, sometimes actually better.
And it would be 10 and 1/5.
What if it's a
That's not what it meant.
So the difference, for example, M10, M12, and AMI, between that and USM or GM is different one. For example, US10, US12, that's 5 choices, right? If you guess, you're lucky, you can get a point. For AMI, if you're lucky, so you guess one number, so the answer should be 0 from to the 999, right? You're lucky, you get the answer. So you just get the answer, you get a point. But USAMO, USJMO, even get a answer. For example, you say that is 9 is correct answer, but without the process, you just get about 0 point.
About.
So that's something, okay? So you guess it's correct, okay? So it's number is 9. Can you prove that? Can you show process? Why is 9?
I can't. You can only guess that one.
So I.
The one tip, okay, it's here. Look at it here, okay? So A is bigger than 5. That means what? A minus 5 bigger than 0, right? A minus 5 is a positive number, right? We talk AMGM is what? Positive number, right? So here, the denominator is A minus 5. But A, how can you get A to convert to the A minus 5? If A is minus 5, then it's wonderful, right? That's one tip. Because question tells us that A is bigger than 5. That means A minus 5 is positive number. We talk about AMGM is what? Talk about AMGM should be a positive number, right? So can we show term A minus 5?
Then you have to make something.
Okay, I show the process here, okay? A plus 4 over A minus 5. Because you want to get about this one is this is A minus 5. There's no A minus 5. We can do what? We can do that A minus 5, right? And we just do what? Plus 5 here. So minus 5 plus 5 is what? Is 0, right? And then here is what? 4 over minus 5, right? Is that correct? So look at the first two items. This one is bigger than 0. This one is bigger than 0. That's two positive numbers, right? Then here's what? We get AMGM, right? So that is a 2 square root A minus 5 times 4 A minus 5, right? Plus 5. So the beautiful is what? Look at here, okay? The beautiful is A minus 5, and minus cancellation, right? That equals what? That equals 2 times 2 plus 5. So equals 9. So this one is what? Big or equal to 5, equal to 9. But how to make an equal happens? So these two numbers should be same, right? That is A minus 5 should be 4 A minus 5. So you get what? So A is 7, right? There's the other one is selective because selective doesn't satisfy this condition. Clear? So look at here. So I just put A to the A minus 5 and the plus 5. So why I do like this way? Because I make sure the denominator A minus 5 is same as here. So the geometry is what? Geometry product. So the product should be the constant, right? So product here is what? Should be 4, right? Clear number 12? Okay, let's do number 13.
More fun.
Okay, let's do number 13. So remember here, okay, A is bigger than B and bigger than 0. So what does it mean? That means A minus B is bigger than 0, right? And B is bigger than 0, right? That's the two positive number, right? Let's give the hint. Can we get about 2 items with that?
Oh, why does A
Yeah.
I can water.
Well, I got equals 2 with C. Okay, what you can do on 13 is you
I know the answer, I just don't know how to show it.
Good answer, but it's the same thing, right? Piece of hint here, right? A minus B is positive. P is positive.
Yeah, but I don't want to show it until I'm at the outset, until like half the people know how to do it.
So it has to be. If there's no fraction, then it's a fraction, it'll make it larger. You still got that
Oh, good point.
So logically, so you get the a.
I can discuss on this question.
I'm trying to use geometry. I don't like it.
I'm getting right answers.
Look at that, okay, there are two conditions. A minus B and B, okay, so there are two positive numbers.
They have to be two.
A minus B over 1 over
Can we decimal?
Whatever, okay, you can of course use decimal, okay. As long as that the positive one, right? As long as that positive one.
Oh no, it's just. Well, it's a lot if you don't do it.
Whoa, that's cool stuff.
Okay, so from the A bigger than B bigger than 0, we can have two things. One thing is what? A minus B is bigger than 0. And the second thing is what? B is equal to 0, okay? That's the hint for that. So we have two numbers here. But look at here, the denominator here is what? A minus B, okay? That's two numbers. But here is what? A, okay? Okay, a lot of tips for these questions. Look at here. So what is A? A equals what? A equals the A minus B plus B, right?
Why?
Oh, yeah.
What do you
mean?
Yeah.
Can you tell me why?
Wait, why?
Minus B plus B is 0, right?
It's negative B plus B, which is.
Look at here, okay? So A minus B is bigger. B is bigger, right?
Oh,
Bigger than
right.
0, right? So that's the second tip for you, okay? I don't want to repeat from here. So this one from
So
there.
what is that negative B plus B? It's negative B times B. Give my eraser back away. I don't have your eraser.
No, sorry. No, you're trying to understand exactly how you got that second.
My highlighter though. I didn't feel it.
Minus B plus B. What's that? That's 0, right?
Yeah,
Where's my highlighter though, actually?
Why exactly?
Because here the first number is A minus B is bigger as positive. AB is positive. So for this one, I can split for two positive numbers. The hint is from the first number.
I know they
Oh,
can't.
so basically, why did A minus B and plus B? Basically saying
What is A? What is A?
A equals 2. But I have a question.
What a ratio.
So, yeah, I did what you did, and then I got it. A plus. Because 1 over A plus B is bigger than
Exactly.
At this point, I just assumed that I didn't have to like. Yeah, so I just like took the smallest value.
That is
Yeah,
not
that wouldn't be the.
cannot count with others, right? So
Yeah,
this way.
so-
Yeah, kind of get the answer is same.
Same.
So what round everyone get answer? This question?
Okay.
Five.
5?
No, it's 3. 3. 3.
3?
Yeah, I think so.
What did you get?
I got 3.
Can you show percent there?
I just heard that say 3.
Try.
I said 3 and then got 2. What are you talking about? We all heard him said 3.
I said 3. Some guy
No,
over
he
there
said 3.
Okay, I'll show that. Okay, I'll show that. So look at here. The question here. So I just erase here. Okay, so. For example, so A. Let's look at here. So A plus A minus B times B, right? So that equals what? That equals to A minus B plus B and plus 1 over A minus B times B, right? That's 3 items. This is A1, this is A2, this is A3. So that should be what? That should be bigger or equal to what? 3 square root.
Square root of A minus B times E times 1 over. Oh, it becomes 1, and then you take 2 root of 1 is 1, so it's just 3.
It's 3, right?
Oh, wait, that's
A, B.
he essentially made it to it. That's really cool.
But remember that we have to get what kind of A and B to make it 3 happen. So we get what? So there should be all the same, right? So A minus B.
You just put the multiplier, you get 1. You don't need to solve for A. You just get 3.
Oh, wait, that's so fun.
We have to. We have to get A and B. Otherwise, it's not completed.
You can just take A over B times 3 times, and you just cancel them. It becomes 1, right? And then root of 1 is 1. You get 3. So you know the less is the smallest number.
My question is that, okay, so equal may happen. This one is correct, okay, but this one is equal when this happens. So get what? So A is 2, B is 1.
Sure. I mean, you can think about it that A greater than B greater than 0 means that A is obviously greater than B, right? And then B is greater than 0, so we know B must be 1. Because if it was a fraction, then it would make the fraction 1 over A minus B times B. It'll become a larger number, right? And we don't want that because we want a smallest number. So we have to equal 1, and then A would equal 2.
I prefer that, okay, use about all these numbers should be same. Okay, use this one, okay, so that's
That does work.
Clear, number 13?
Give me a few seconds.
So the part is what? Part is here, okay, so A minus B plus B. So that is used quite often in the competition. For example, plus 1 minus 1, right? So make it 0, right?
Why did you say A minus B?
Come here. Because that's 3 items, right? These items, second items, and 3 items, right? That's A1, A2, so it's same, right? So that's the reason. So we said that, okay? So the equal happens, only items are equal, right? We have 3 items here, so they are equal.
Oh, yeah. Because it's
Clear, ladies, question number 13.
Why is A2?
You use linear equations.
Anyone have a question?
Can you show that to me again?
no.
Which one? Which part?
Like how do you solve for A and B?
Oh, T over and B, okay? So for this one, we know that they are equal, right? They are equal, so we have 2 equations, right? A minus B equals B. And the second is what? Second is about B equals to. We have system equations, right?
Why is A minus B equal to B?
Because look at here, the equal happens. These 3 items should be equal. Otherwise, they cannot be equal. A1, A2, A3. Okay, this one A1. This is A2. This is A3. Clear?
A minus B
He
equals
doesn't have a worksheet.
So essentially, you're gonna create an infinite loop program. So essentially, we're gonna be creating an infinite loop program. So you'll replace each b with 1 over a minus b times b, and then you'll replace each of those b's with 1 over a minus b times b, and then you'll replace each of those b's with 1 over a minus b, and then eventually you'll create a never-ending loop.
I think I need the room patterns. Okay, so record your patterns.
Okay, fine.
So this is the classroom. Okay.
No, okay, fine. Yeah. Why did you take my eraser? I didn't. The one in your backpack.
Okay, so for the number 14, number 15, number 16, okay, that you can do after class. Okay, that is AMC10, AMC8 real questions, AMC10 real questions. So number 14, number 15, number 16. So try it after class. So question. So let's do about number 17, okay? That's the last question today. Let's do this one. Prove that. Let's do number 17, okay? Okay, let's do about 17.
I don't know how to prove problems.
17, last question. So give you 3 minutes on this question. Number 17.
Wait, how do I prove it? How do you prove?
Use the AMGM. Of course, we're talking about AMGM, right? Use AMGM to prove that.
Where's my pencil go, actually? What's in there?
Times this 1 over the 700.
Okay, I believe you. Find there. Here you go.
And when I finish about proof, show me, okay? I can just take a look.
No, that's one.
I can find out class.
Yeah.
You can find it also.
No, don't do it. Don't copy form. This is an example. You can something like 3 times 1 over 2, right?
No, because an x approaches 0, the value approaches the same here, right?
Everyone, please do number 17, okay? Please show me your full test. Sandy, number 17, the last question, okay? Finish?
Oh.
So these are the exact same steps.
Yeah, and that's approaches 2, y approaches
So this one,
3 square root 2 root of 1.
Yeah.
So 3.
Yeah. And there you go. Just figured it out. So, okay, so what you there?
so next time you can say
Yeah, I actually get this part.
you have that?
But for proof, can you just like say
So,
that this is 0
you have to change this thing to how
or
to
do
use
we have
it
to
in
like actually
terms.
mathematically?
Using the geometric root thing. Yeah, this part. And then you have to change this to one thing. Choose one thing. And then you have to display it, and then you choose
Okay, one tip here, okay? So can you prove this one? So 3x cubed plus 13.2 over 9 is bigger than 6 squared. Can you prove that? Can you prove that? For example, here, this is one item, right? 13.2 over 9. So this one can split two items. Yes. It's not true? It's not true. Just give example to show it's wrong. Okay, then you also prove. So you prove one thing is false, it's wrong. Okay, that's very easy. Give an example to show that. Okay, that's tip here. Okay, so we have three items: A1, A2, A3. So we have 3x cubed. Can we split two items? Can we have two terms here? So we have three items: A1, A2, A3. They are all the positive. And we use AMTM, right? AMTM is what? We have three items. So x plus y plus z. So bigger than what? 3 times x, y, z.
Everyone is.
Okay, so let's look at that. So this one here, what? This is 3 over 2 x cubic, right? And plus 3 over 2 x cubic, right? X cubed. Is that right? That equals that. Plus what? Plus 13.2 over 9. So that's three items. So bigger than what? Big or equal to 3. It's GM, right? GM is what? Cubic root. 3 over 2 x cubed. And 3 over 2 x cubed.
I think that's 3 over 2. I think that's 32 over 9.
And 32 over 9.
Wait, how do you get 3 squared over 9? That's not, but that's not 3 squared over 9. You kept saying it's 3. Like,
Which one? Compare?
I think he just
you kept saying this is like 3 squared. Isn't this just
Oh,
32?
it's 32. 32.
Yeah.
32.
Yeah, it looks very confusing.
Okay.
It's slightly higher, so.
So look at here. So the good thing here, look at here, okay? So we can do what? So that equals to what? That equals 3.
And then use that. Yeah, that works.
Okay, that's the process. Look at the board. So the point here we just got about was 3x cubed. We just split the two items and use about AMGM on 3 terms. Okay, question?
Can you just prove this graphically?
Yes, you want to do that, okay? But that's hard, right? For this one, that's easy. Question? Because here, that's the 32 over 9. This is x squared. So I can split about 2 items. That's not work, right? So I think about three items. Because 2 items here, we cannot do that. So that's the reason I'm trying to get 3 items and 4 items. Okay, to summarize, okay, AM, GM, remember that. What is AM? AM is the average. What's the GM? GM is the product, the nth fruit. Remember, AM is likely, okay, it's fatter, okay, that's bigger. So AM is bigger. So GM is about 3. Okay, that's about today, and see you next week. What's the question?
What's your conversion down to here?
Just do the calculation, right?
Oh, okay.
Just do calculation, right?
5/4.
OK，好，跟他讲讲这个，就是挺快的，挺快的 ，OK。
下个星期这么快，可能就是外面搞。哎，
嗯 ，OK。
对呀，你要今天这么多人，做是不容易，做20个人了，知道吧？
哦，it's OK。
对，
好，
没有，
谢谢你，韩晶，这个班的嘛是吧
？3个都有
，3个都有，好，谢谢，非常好。
知道吧？
Okay, I see. So this looks sort of like
Yes.